All right, what's going on, Bryan High School? This is Mrs. Foust, and I've got my lovely victim, Mr. Odell. And today we're bringing you the Fry ALS Challenge. We have reached our final day of fundraising for ALS, and we're excited to reveal our grand total later in this program. All week, our 11th and 12th grade Career Readiness English class has been raising funds to support ALS research, and every last penny is going to the ALS Therapy Development Institute. So, Mr. Dow, you had a creative idea on how to raise funds. Would you like to explain the Fry ALS Challenge to us?
Well, basically, a lot of people have heard of the Ice Bucket Challenge before, and the Ice Bucket Challenge was the original fundraiser for ALS to give people the idea that you are actually frozen inside your own body when you have ALS. And the Ice Bucket Challenge was very popular, and it was being used more currently for something else these days. And so we decided to go the other way. Rather than freezing ALS, we decided to fry it. And so I was a big fan of hot sauces. I don't know about some of these hot sauces, but we thought that it would be a fun way to get people interested and to have a little gimmick at the end of things to see how much money we were able to raise.
So let me ask, what's going through your head as we're about to start our challenge?
I'm obviously good here. I'm pretty good here. These over here, I'm not so sure about here. But I don't know if we've raised enough money for that. So I guess we're just going to have to see.
It's doubtful for sure. All right, so let's go. We had a goal of $300, and I won't reveal if we've hit that yet, but I will tell you our first benchmark. And that was earning $100. And so we're going to start with the baby sauce, right? It's the Frank's Original Red Hot Sauce. It's clocking in at a measly 45 on the Scoville scale. So, Mr. Odell, as you eat this like baby sauce, we're going to talk to you a little bit. So our class took a deep dive into ALS through the book Tuesdays with Maury. Can you explain a little bit more on like what ALS actually is? And then tell us what like this book was about.
Well, basically ALS is going to freeze you inside your own body. So we had some early ALS symptoms that people face, like muscle weakness, slurred speech, difficulty swallowing, which once I'm done talking, I will, and muscle twitches or cramps and muscle spasticity, meaning like kind of like weird tightness that some people face. And so these are some early symptoms. We got a chance to read this story called Tuesdays with Maury about a college professor who ended up finding out he had ALS, actually had become kind of famous on television for having ALS, and a former student of his found out about it, named Mitch Albom, and he decided to go back and interview him and find out what his life was like. And Maury ended up telling Mitch all sorts of interesting, wonderful facts about what we should really think of as being important in life before he passed away.
Awesome. All right, so we have also hit our second benchmark, which is $150. So for earning that, we're moving on to Tabasco's Original Red Pepper Sauce, which is like, oh no, right? So that Scoville rating is a little bit higher than the first one, with anywhere between 2,500 and 5,000 on the Scoville units. So you've been teaching high school English here at Bryan High School since 2002-2003 graduation year, okay? So our Career Readiness English class, some of whom are in the audience right now, they're all curious to hear what has been your best teaching experience in all of that time.
So I'll say that, I mean, that's a big question with a lot of different things to do. I will say, and I know some of them sometimes drive me nuts. It's like your own kids. Sometimes they drive you nuts. But being able to know that we can have some of these kids graduate with a great experience, hopefully having raised enough money to support a cause, and knowing that you go on into the real world, that you actually felt like you did something besides maybe just reading a book or just taking a test. And knowing that you guys can go on and do these kinds of things in your own lives. And if you have a goal, go for it. And so just one of these types of things, like what we're doing right now, being able to make money and give it to a really good cause. These are some of the things that I think are really important.
Awesome.
Sophomore, junior, and senior AAs are reminded that there is a survey in your inbox of your school email. If you would please take the time to take that survey right now.
We'll do it in a minute. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
All right. So in the book, Tuesdays with Maury, we learned about Maury's strong spirit and his ability to look at the positives in life, even though he was struggling through the terrible disease of ALS. So, Mr. Odell, how has your experience as a teacher influenced your approach to challenges that you have faced throughout your own life? And what advice would you give to students who are facing their own struggles?
I think that being a teacher gives you an ability to be patient, and knowing that there are definitely things in your life that don't always go your way, and sometimes even people that you have a lot of confidence in go and do the exact opposite of what you would hope that they do in that circumstance. But just realizing that sometimes you just have to take a step back and breathe, and not crash out, as the kids say these days. Because it's all a learning experience, and it's all an ability. It's all an opportunity for growth. Now, what was the second part of that, I think?
Just what advice would you give students on how they can face their own struggles?
Take a step back and breathe. Sometimes you just need to go take a walk. Sometimes you just need to go blow off some steam, hit a punching bag, lift some weights, do something active, do something that can kind of help you to get your mind off of things a little bit. It's going to be the best thing to do rather than lashing out and crashing out.
Yeah, drink some hot sauce. Which reminds me, we hit our third benchmark. So yes, that is raising at least $200. Okay. And now we're going to head into Alvin's red pepper hot sauce. This is a little bit more spicy, so we'll go ahead and do that. One of the things we discovered from our research is that ALS attacks muscles from swallowing, okay, which he might not be able to do soon, to speech, limbs, and breathing. The life expectancy of someone with ALS is on average between 2 to 5 years. With no cure, Maury from our book knew death was certain, and yet he chose to live his life to the fullest. If you could go back to your first year of teaching, what would you tell yourself with the wisdom you have today?
Honestly, maybe don't take things so personally. And I would also say that this is pretty hot, by the way. So definitely going up the scale a little bit, quite a bit from Tabasco sauce. I definitely had and I did teach for a couple of years before I did move here. My first teaching job, I had a whole stack of office reports by the end of the year. And I almost held on to those almost as like a badge of honor. I'm looking back on it now. I think that instead of looking at those as being like something to like remember, I think that would have been something not to hold on to, and instead kind of give kids more of a clean slate every day. So trying to remember that each day is a new day, I think is something that is a better lesson than anything that I knew way back then.
Oh, I really love that. So you need a drink. Great. So
just water so far.
Oh, well, do you guys think we hit our fourth benchmark of $250? What do you think? Yeah? We did. That's right. We're moving on to Arbol Scorpion hot sauce. And this ranks up there with 2 million Scoville heat units.
My armpits are sweating right now.
Oh, he's going to have more than that sweating here in a moment. So let's see here. So you already talked about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and how ALS kind of freezes somebody. And they kind of live with that shock, even though they can process and hear that information. So one of the questions that your students had this year was, what was your favorite thing about this year's junior, senior class? What made them unique?
Wow. It's a very interesting question. And I'll say, honestly, like that one is supposed to be way hotter. I'm going to try a little bit more of that. I actually feel like the one that I had before that was even hotter.
Oh.
So we'll go for a little bit more. Maybe it's a late riser here, and I'll regret this in about 30 seconds. So what did I like most about our juniors and seniors?
Yes.
I would say that we had a lot of people that I hope really enjoyed getting a chance to hear from all of our different guest speakers. And I just hope that each of the kids, especially our seniors, get a chance to leave with an idea of what the heck they want to do with the rest of their lives. And so I really do feel like we have some people who have some great paths, and I think that you and I both have helped them to reach those.
Awesome. So our final goal was to reach $300. And I have to share that I don't know what our grand total was, but Mr. Odell does. Mr. Odell, why don't you suck in some oxygen there and read to us what that grand total is?
Well, we would have hit that grand total by certainly by Thursday, and we just absolutely blew right through it, which is a true testament to our wonderful people here in Bryan, Ohio. And I've said this numerous times, and I'm absolutely dripping right now. We support causes here in Bryan, and we do a great job of that. And because of that, not only have we raised $725 just from the student body, but Mr. Allspaw has actually challenged the staff to donate money as well over the next couple of weeks. So I have every expectation that by the time the next couple of weeks are done, that we'll raise over $1,000.
That's awesome.
For ALS.
What do you guys think about that? Awesome. That is
All
good.
right. Oh my God.
All right, so this last sauce is the last dab experience sauce. This was made famous by Hot Ones host Sean Evans.
Oh, it's like, it's thick, even just like it's, yeah.
Oh, you got to make sure you get enough. This sauce.
Oh my gosh, this is
Making me so happy.
Be...
You have no idea. This sauce carries a rating of a whooping 2,693,000 Scoville hate units.
So twice what the other one was?
You know, it's a lot more.
All right.
So I want to see your reaction. You gotta dip it good. Oh, yeah.
Well, keep talking.
Oh, I just want to see your face. You doing okay?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So ALS typically develops in adults between the ages of 40 and 70 years old. Maury from Tuesdays with Maury was diagnosed at 77 years old. In the book, his former student describes Maury as the type of teacher who was more like a coach in the way he motivated and grew his students. He was passionate about his job as a teacher and enjoyed a very long career. What is your favorite part of teaching?
Whew. So this is hot. Definitely going to say that. I would say that my favorite part of teaching is the fact that you and I both not only know the stuff that we teach in the classroom, but we know a lot about life. And being able to talk to all of our students about successes that we have had, and we want you guys to have the same successes, and also dumb things that we have done. We don't want you to do dumb things. And so teaching you about how to be good people and good adults and productive adults is even better than teaching you about just everyday, English stuff. So how to be good adults.
Awesome. Well, he took on the wings of death for a great cause. Let's give him a round of applause.
We'll do one more. Why not?
Look at him being a great sport. So we're just going to say thank you for being a great sport. And once you get your mouth full of sauce, do you have any final thoughts?
This is really hot, but I will say these two taste pretty good. Sometimes you have stuff that is just only hot, and that's really hard. This has a floral bouquet.
Oh.
And it has a good flavor to it.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not recommending it to most people, but yeah, it's very, very hot. It is very, very hot.
All right.
So,
all right. Your face.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm hot, no doubt about that.
Okay.
So hey, great job, Bryan High School. We raised $725, and that's awesome. And it's not like there was a big prize in it for you besides getting a chance to see me torture myself. So you guys should be proud of yourselves as well. So great job.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. Good job.